If anybody is watching and anybody is out there, I'm very sorry for my stream breaking. I apparently need to get a better Wi-Fi card. It turned itself off again and broke everything. So if you are watching, I'm going to put a little post up on YouTube now to say I'm doing some more streaming, because I wasn't intending to finish there. So give me a moment. If anybody wants to come back and join the party again, I am still sitting here. Hello, Wedged Mouse. I am going to continue what I was doing 5 minutes ago before my Wi-Fi card decided to have a little hissy fit and broke my last stream. I'm continuing building Metal Gear Zeke. I may as well bring that down now that there's actually somebody watching. Hang on, I'm just in the middle of a post explaining what just happened. Because the internet likes to mess around. But I'll be back to building this Metal Gear unit in a second. Hey Chad. Yeah, internet decided to crap out. Well, it was my Wi-Fi card. I think I need to get a new one. It's been a bit temperamental of late. I've just put up a little post with a little link for everyone to come back if they can be bothered. Bloody internet. Anyway, back to what I was doing before. My internet decided to be crap. Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry, Wedge Mouse. Yeah, I've been streaming for about 4 hours. I think I might have got to the point where YouTube was just having enough, or Wi-Fi card was having enough. But I'm back. I'm going to do at least another hour or two. It's Saturday night where I am. I'm not doing anything else. I'm kind of celebrating completing my forklift instructor's course, so I am enjoying my weekend and building some robots. So, yeah, I'm going to be playing this for at least another hour or two. Good to see some people rejoining from the last stream. Very, very sorry that it died. I need to get a hardline connection to my Wi-Fi router sorted out, really. Anyway, back to where we were. We're trying to build this thing. Oh, cheers, Chad. Yeah, I completed it yesterday. Passed my final test. I've got my PDF copy of my certificate sent through email, so I can legitimately, officially teach people how to drive forklifts now. Apparently. Oh, hey Jeremy. Good to see you make your way back. Again, sorry that the stream died and everything went a bit wrong. This Wi-Fi card I've got just seems to intermittently just decide to turn off for like 30 seconds to a minute and then turn itself back on again whenever it feels like. So it's been causing me a little bit of grief. Again, I need to sort out hardline connection. I might try and do that on Monday, actually. But, right, so let's get rid of that picture so you can all see what I'm doing. I want to make the head of this thing. I need to fit in enough room for some conveyor connections and some guns. Yeah, if you're getting lag and signal failures and it all gets a bit jerky, it's more likely it's my connection than yours. I live right by the sea and we haven't got a particularly great Wi-Fi or phone coverage out here, so it's a little bit choppy on occasion. So, let's put that across there. His head's more of a big, kind of strange disc shape than the T shape that Rex has got. So, bum, he's got, it sticks out a bit at the back. One, two, three. Yeah, that sticks out a bit at the back. And then we can have something like that, but again it's very, very flat and very skinny, so it doesn't need to come up very high. So might do one more. Yeah, leave it at that. I don't want to go much higher than that. But I do think I want to come back another block, maybe. That was bound to happen. Nope, don't want that there. And bum. Yeah, okay. We'll go with that for now. And then at the front, it's going to come out at least the same. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it gets very, very wide. About. Yeah, maybe. And also, pitches back a little bit. So let's let's grab. Let's grab that again. Maybe that one. No data. Why is my internet crapping out again? Wait a second. Oh wait, right, there we go. No, right. Okay. Right, so that's going to pitch back a bit like that. Then it's going to drop down a block like that. Ooh, in fact, actually, it's potentially going to pitch back a bit, like that. More like that. Oh, hey, Angry Drunk Opossum. I am making Metal Gear Zeke because I quite like the way he looks, and it's not too different from Metal Gear Rex in terms of size and shape and other things. So I thought I'd do Zeke. He's just like the stylish little brother of Rex, but pretty much. And I'm just trying to figure out what exactly to do with the shape of his head. Does need to come out a bit either side. And we can throw together some basic shapes for now, and then if we want to get a little bit more detailed, we can refine it a bit later on. Oh, hey Thrust Monkey, how are you doing? The stuttering Chad is most likely the my internet connection. Yeah, it's my internet connection. It's a crap Wi-Fi card trying to read a crap Wi-Fi signal. I'm gonna try and sort out a hardline connection to the router in the next couple of days when I get a chance to go and buy an incredibly long Ethernet cable. And hopefully that will fix it a little bit better. Right, so that's I'll 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do one more. Make it 5 across. On either side. Oh, that's the wrong one. Yeah, that's alright for now. Yeah, because we can have it like... Oh, actually, let's have a look at that picture. Just for scale, it is actually a little bit wider than that. In fact, this section is wider. Oh, internet, just behave for 5 minutes. Right, let's try and make this bit a little bit wider. And then fill that in, and that looks, yeah, that looks a little bit better. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we'll widen that up again. UK Jamie, hello, how are you doing, man? Oop, that's the wrong place. Then we'll stick that there, and there, and there, oop, there, and that's not the right way round, that is. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. A little bit closer to the reference pictures I'm working with. In fact, actually... Let's take that out. Does actually look like it does that. Oop. Put that across there. And that. Yeah, it's after midnight where I live too, Jamie. I live in the UK as well. But it's Saturday night. And I thought, why not? I'm not doing anything tomorrow, so... Yeah, there you go, that looks a little bit nicer. I'm mostly happy with that. 6 PM in Texas. Ah, well, you've got a nice evening show then. It's quite late where I am. Yeah, that looks alright. And then that extends way, way, way forward. And then the front needs to curl down with a bit of a angle and a bit of a slope. Oh, hey Dr. Headbonk. How are you doing, man? Right, so front of that, I reckon we'll try something like that as the start. Where's it gone? There it is. Because it's going to be that. Pretty much all the way down, but I might actually need to make that a little bit further forwards. I'm good, Dr. Headbonk. I'm fine. I'm having a good weekend. Like I was saying to the others before, I recently passed my forklift instructor's training, so I'm fully qualified to teach people how to drive counterbalance forklift trucks, and I should hopefully be starting a job doing such in the very near future. What's that, Jeremy? The mass of the head. This is where working out your centre of mass comes in very, very, very important. This big green dot is the centre of mass, and you want it to be pretty much in between the two a lot of the time, but you do also have to account for weight at the front and back. So while the head is probably going to be quite big and quite chunky and add a lot of forward weight, I intend to fill the back with other things like battery packs and reactors and weapon storage and things like that to counteract it and keep the centre of mass as close to the middle of these hips as I can do. But yeah, you've just got to do a bit of balancing with stuff like that. Oh, sound, you're a forklift engineer. Oh, nice, man. Yeah, I just drive them, and now I teach them. Ugh, I had to do a very I had to do a very in-depth lesson for my training on forklift batteries and how they operate and how they function. That's 20 minutes of my life I'm never getting back. Oh, what's that? In a comment you said that I'll be building AT-ATs from Star Wars. Is it possible to build one? No, it's entirely possible to build AT-ATs. if you have a look on Steam or Mod.io, you're bound to find some that people have built. There's lots of Star Wars fanatics. I'm sure I've seen some Star Wars mechs getting posted in the Mech Engineers Discord the other day, or it might have been on one of Keen's socials or something. But yeah, people have definitely built 8080s and things like that. And a lot of the other mechs that you find in Star Wars and stuff like that. I'm not really a massive Star Wars fan, so I've not really done much. I'm more into my anime robots and things like that. Right, so if we consider that the bottom, then that is going to be that. That doesn't actually need to be there, because he's got a little cubby hole under his chin that goes out a few blocks. Can we get a bit of a circular shape in there? Not really with the space we've got. We can, however, do we'll do that and that. Bum 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 bum. Oh, cheers, Thrust Monkey. UK Jamie, there is not that being on an Xbox is not a problem in the slightest. Everything you can see here is basically completely vanilla, other than a mod that I made personally to make leg rotors stronger, and another mod I made personally to make gyroscopes stronger, and they both have mod.io compatible versions of them. And so far, no one from the console community has said they've had any problems with them. So you can entirely do stuff like this on the Xbox and on the PlayStation. There is no script or anything involved in this. This is all purely vanilla programming. That's kind of the whole point. I started playing this game about 5 years ago on an Xbox One. So I know the pains of not being able to get certain mods and scripts and things, but this is why I do it this way now, because it is, as far as I know, compatible with all platforms. There's no script, it's all just using stuff that's in game and a few cross-compatible mods that I've made. Because the mods themselves literally just edit some of the game files, so they don't have to add any content or anything like that, so it's literally just a few lines of code, so those mods should work perfectly fine on your console. Right, so yeah, I think that needs to be a little bit longer, because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where's that going to come out to? Bum 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 bum. Let's make it 6, 7. And that's going to have to stick out more. Let's build that bit from here. So we'll go across. What's my plan for space exploration? Do you mean in Mech Yard or something like that? because, oh, I haven't really figured that out yet. In Mechyard, I know I want to build some kind of space station. Because ultimately I want to go and try and fight some of the Factorum stuff with some mechs. And some space-worthy mechs and see how far I can get with that. So I do plan to build a space station up there eventually. I'm just trying to get the mech yard to a point where it's self-sufficient and can defend itself. Even though I'm pretty sure the drones spawn within range of the player rather than anything else. But yeah, I do intend to build some kind of space station eventually. And use that as like a base of operations up in space. Yeah, I think that's going to look better. Let's get rid of these bits. Right, so that looks like that, that looks like that. Let's fill that in a little bit. It's got ample gap either side of there. Let's cover that up. Oh yeah, that needs to come down a block. And then we need to actually... yeah, we need to change that, because I don't like having stuff at the sides of rotors. As you can see, the way that's flicking between green and red. Hinges don't like having things down the side. Is there an overhang on the rear of the mech? Yeah, the pod at the back kind of overhangs the central point, so they kind of counterbalance each other. But if you add enough gyroscopes, the AI is pretty good at keeping itself level. And then I've got this little cluster here that is trying to keep the whole thing balanced as well, separately of the AI controlled ones. So it's got plenty of things to help it stay upright. Just basic override controls can be really helpful for keeping things upright. So yeah, we'll do that like that. To that gap. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that'll be fine for now. Right. So I can do that. That. What can we do about that? That doesn't really need to be there. We do need to create a bit of space there. Oh yeah, and we needed to sort out that, didn't we? So I wanted to... I wanted to do that slightly differently. Yes, I subscribe to Captain Jack on this channel. I subscribe to most of the main space engineers related people and things and channels on my Dread Mechanic channel. So yeah, I follow most of that stuff pretty well. We stick that one there, and that one there, and then that in there. That's a little bit nicer. There we go, that's nicer. we do the same thing, or something similar at the back. Like that. And then that. There we go. It's a bit nicer as well. Cool. Yeah, I've watched most of. Like I said, I follow quite a lot of the space engineers, YouTube people. See what they're up to. See what they're doing. It gives me a lot of ideas for my own stuff. Right. That's looking okay-ish. Right, let's fill in this face a little bit. Where are they? There they are. There's the right shape. There it is. Yeah, like I said, I follow quite a few of the YouTube people. Let's see what they're up to. It also helps to know when other people are live streaming, so you're not wasting your time trying to do your own live streams when nobody's watching, which is why I don't bother doing Sundays anymore at the moment, because Split Sea streams definitely get all the attention on a Sunday night. Yeah, alright. I am fairly happy with that for the moment. So then it's got big, weird, bulbous thing in the middle. And then it's got a little bit of a mounting point here. Yeah, sort of. Yeah, something like that. Maybe stick out a little bit further. Something like that, maybe? Yeah, I think we'll go with that for now. Like I said, we can refine all the shape later on. Yeah, that's not too bad. Right, what else can we do about that? Is there any way we can get that to curl down a little bit? Yeah, we could do that, couldn't we? We could do that. We could do... I'll find the right contextual button. Do that. Yeah. Rex, over here is manual or AI. He has a control seat, but Zeke, as far as I'm aware in the lore of the game, is purely AI controlled. So I'm intending to make him completely AI controlled. So he can just be a big drone, essentially. Let's get rid of that so I can see what we're doing. Yeah, so that's not too bad. He's got the weird pod on the top of his head. So I think we're not too far off. I do think his head is a little bit longer. Then again, that might be a bit of an optical illusion. Those panels on the side of his head, because they stick out further forward. Oh, is there a seat hidden in the AI pod? It's been such a long time since I've actually played that game. Oh, hello, Edwin. Yeah, to be honest, I kind of forgot Zeke existed as well. Before I started the stream, I had a little Google search of the various kinds of Metal Gear, just to see which one would be the easiest to kind of throw together in a couple of hours. And Zeke seemed like the best idea. But, to be honest, you know what? I might try and squeeze a cockpit in somewhere, but I'm just going to pretty much aim to make this guy AI controlled for now. So, let's have... I can barely pronounce that name, Great Null, let alone remember what it is. Which one was that one? Yeah, Zeke's from Peace Walker. I considered making Peace Walker, but it looked a little bit more complex, and it'd probably take me a while to just get the feet done, let alone any of the other bits. Right, so then he's got a weird little pod on the top of his head, and then he's also got a pair of guns under his chin. Right, he also has a little bit that comes down slightly. What we do to solve that? Probably use these ones. Yeah, we can probably get away with a layer of them. Maybe. Well, I didn't have mirror mode on. Smegad. Damn, I don't know. I still... it's hard to judge. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go with that. I'm happy with that. Large reactor. Possibly. I don't want to put its main power source in such a vulnerable place. To be honest, I do actually need to think about reactors. But honestly, mechs like this don't need a massive amount of power, because all the motion is mechanical, and the rotors and hinges don't actually take up that much power, and the incredibly weak ion thrusters in an atmosphere don't take up much power either. Rex, for example, has only got 2 of the large small grid batteries, and he's got 8 small reactors, and it is way more power than he ever actually needs. The only time he ever needs that power is when I fire the railgun and it goes up to 60% charge. But beyond that, unless you've got railguns on them, mechs don't actually need a massive amount of power. They just need power storage if you're not going to use reactors. Dying meme. Mechyard is not on today because I have spent the last 2 weeks I've spent the last 2 weeks doing forklift instructor training, so I've just had absolutely no time to play Space Engineers, let alone record anything. So I have decided to do this today instead. And Mechyard should be back next weekend, because I am now free from responsibility again for another week, so I can record another episode this week and I can get it up again for next Saturday, and then from then on it's probably going to become an every 2 week kind of thing, because I will be potentially starting a new job as a full-time forklift instructor, so I won't have all the free time that I've had over the last few months to pump out an episode every single week. But I also intend to do more live streams again. Yeah, I intend to do more live streams again, so I'll probably end up like alternating weekends. One weekend it'll be videos, another weekend it'll be live streams, something like that maybe, but I've not completely figured that out because I only finished the forklift instructor course yesterday. So this is just a sort of placeholder for Mechyard and a little bit of a celebratory live stream. Mech Warriors, no, that's nothing to do with me. There's a Discord group called Mech Engineers. I don't run it. A couple of other guys do, but I am part of that group and regularly post my stuff in there and chat to people about building mechs in there. And I'm also part of Engineered Coffees and Ages Discord group as well, where I chat about mech stuff and offer people advice on automation and things like that too. So yeah, Mech Engineers and the Engineered Coffee Age are like joint Discord groups are where you'll find me most of the time on Discord. Right, anyway, I've been distracted for a couple of minutes. Be back in a few seconds. We can carry on designing this head. Oh, you got the name on. Yeah, if it's the Mech Engineers group, that's the one I'm in, but it's not my group. I don't run it, I just post stuff in there regularly. It's Eternal Colossus, Dragofish, B Soldier, I think. Or B, as I think they're known now. I think it's that lot that actually run and moderate that group. But they are a friendly bunch of guys. If you need to know anything about the scripting side of mech building, talk to those guys. They make and develop all those mech building scripts. Whereas if you want to know about vanilla stuff, I'm usually the one that pipes up with solutions to do things the vanilla way. So let's bring that back a bit further. I don't have that much of an impressive brain, Thrust Monkey. I'm just a massive nerd and information sink. I always like to learn things. Dude, that looks like it's going to be a little bit close. Right, so let's put a little bit more torque into that. Yeah, because that's... How far forward can we tip that before it connects or causes problems? That's probably about as far as we're going to get, and that's probably a little bit further than we want. So let's call that top limit 25. So it can tip forward like that. And then tipping back the other way. Oop. We could... Yeah, that's not... Let's call it minus 20. Tip all the way back. And tip all the way forward, like so. Yeah. That looks pretty good. Oh, doesn't look too bad. Right, so on the side of his head, he's got a load of armor paneling. We'll try and get some of that in before I go much further, so I've got a bit more of a reference point for the scale of this thing. Yeah, so they're just going to be armor panels. Let's connect them with some beam blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 deep. I mean, there is supposed to be a bit of a slope there, but I haven't got the right shapes to do that properly. You only get a 45-degree angle in there, and that's a bit too much. So we'll just pretend the top of his head is flat. So let's go with something like... Load something like that for now. I've not turned mirror mode back on again. There we go. So we might have that there as a mounting point. And then yeah, let's try and do it with the armor panels. Because if I try and do it with blocks, it's going to end up being super thick. But then again, that might be a little bit more in scale. Yeah, actually, we'll try it like that. So we'll do that, that. Oh, it's going to connect way too soon, isn't it? Yeah, it needs to come out another block at least. Because that will be there too quickly. Let's do more of them. Oop, let me pull that there. And I put that one. We might actually change them to the end blocks, like that. That. Like that. And then from there we can potentially do that. That. Oh, we can actually bring that in a block, maybe? Yeah, let's bring that in a block. Just get rid of that, that's the easiest way to do that. And yeah, that's a bit better. So we need that. That. And that can overhang slightly. Ooh, that might be a bit tricky. And that is going to come all the way up to about there, maybe. I think. Oop, missed one. Something like that. And then at the bottom, oh cheers man. Yeah, you can get creative with all sorts of stuff in this game. What with interesting ways of doing stuff. Where are we? We are there. Smack. Oh, actually, that might work in my advantage. Yeah, because I'm going to have like a flat there. Yeah, actually, I think that might work. Could even take that off and have it that way around. Right then, the back end comes out about as far as that does. The problem is this is going to get weird at the back. Because we haven't really got the right shapes to transition to the angle that I want. Ooh, actually. Might be able to do it in a slightly different way. Let's make a copy, just in case it all goes wrong. Let's chop them off either side. And do this slightly differently. Somebody was moaning in the other stream before it all went wrong that I was not using as many subgrids as I would normally, so let's add a whole bunch of subgrids to the sides of the head on this thing. Yes, Frost Monkey, I'm thinking plate and I'm thinking hinges to angle it. And I'm thinking maybe even programming those hinges to move in response to things. So he's got like little plates on the side of his head that move about. How can I connect them? What would be the best way? Let's do something like that either side. And then we could have hopefully not make the game explode. Actually, let's extend that a bit further so they've got a little bit more grip. What's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, let's extend that out a bit. Right, make it like that. Then where's the end block? There it is, one there, one there. Oh, was it you, Chad? I'm only joking, I didn't mean you were actually complaining. But, let's take them out. But no, I thought, seeing as I couldn't achieve what I wanted to with the other setup, that subgrids might be the way to go. Because I can better achieve the shape with armor plates, I think. And I can just use it as an excuse to put more moving parts on it, because I love moving parts. Oh, hang on, let's take that off, because hinges don't mirror properly. And this is what I mean. If I take that off, put mirror mode on, stick that hinge there with the little white dots pointing down, the one on the opposite side, they're pointing up. That can really mess you up when you're automating stuff. You don't have the same problem with rotors, it's just hinges, they're mirroring a little bit messed up for whatever reason. Oh, I've put them the wrong way around. Thinking pair of rotors, pair of hinges, or two pairs of hinges either side, so we can get the two angles that we need. Excuse me. Right, and then sticking some armor plates on them. And then using some merge blocks to join the two sides of the plates. So we'll have two there, one there, one there, one there, and in fact we'll make those two bright red for now. So I know where the join is. Oh, hey Dark Matter, how are you doing, man? Where are my merge blocks? There they are. Then we can stick a merge block there, and a merge block there, and now it's one grid. There we go, it's now on a single grid to do with what we like. Ooh. Yeah, I'll have to do it. I'll have to do the same thing with the plates for each one. But for now, we can just turn that off, and then we can use this one to work out the angles that we want. I'll leave it at that for the moment. And then we can get rid of that, so let's see what I'm doing. Do that there, all of them there, all of them on that one. Go, join that grid together. Turn that hinge off for a minute, so it's not fighting with that one. There we go, we can do it like that instead, and we could potentially even have a little bit of an overlap here with a half plate. There it is. Oh, just there we go. That there like that, so that's probably going to come out to about there. That very quickly turns into what looks like the 2x1 slope. So I'll do it that way, I think. Yeah, okay. So, where is pointy bits? There we go. There we go. That's the right way around. Yeah, I think this is probably the better way of doing it, with armor plates and hinges rather than blocks. The armor blocks are just a little bit too chunky, and it's awkward to get the right angle with some of the armor block shapes. Yeah, good. Come up at least one more, and then we will dark matter. I am making Metal Gear Zeke because I've been working on Metal Gear Rex recently, and he's got some AI controls, so he can follow me around and look at targets and things like that. And I'm making something similar with Zeke instead. But I'm making this one fully AI controlled, rather than having dual manual control and AI controls that Rex has. I want to try and make this one just a massive drone. Oh, Thrust Monkey, I have never ever in... Oh, hey, I can't see that. Scotius, hello, new to the channel. Like the builds and programming. Cheers, man. Yeah, I mostly do vanilla programming stuff, so that everyone can benefit from the ideas that I mess around with. So yeah, you'll see me doing a lot of stuff with event controllers and timer blocks and things like that. So let's make that another block higher, or another plate higher. I think I want it to come out a little bit further as well. Yeah. Maybe one more. Let's give it one more. Just for good luck. Where is the half block? There it is, on half plate. So that's like that. That's like that. So if I stick a couple of... what's that? Are you off, are you, Dark Matter? See you next time, man. No worries. So let's stick a couple of them in there. Oh, there we go, that lines up quite nicely. Right, so we can have, not that one, and that one. Right, that lines up beautifully. Cool, I like that. That works for me. Yes, Thrust Monkey, it is my absolute favourite block in the entire game as well. Event controllers are pretty life-changing as far as I'm concerned. They have made a huge difference to what I do in this game. Yeah, so kind of like that. I really don't want to have to... oh, I can't change that mounting point anyway. Let's go with that and that. Yeah, that kind of looks like it. And then it's just the regular square armor plates, wherever they may be. There we go. All the way to the end. Yeah, that looks a bit better. Yeah, and then we can have these plates move in and out and stuff, depending on whatever. Yeah, logic gates. They were, before I started playing Space Engineers, like, to be honest, a very long time ago, when Minecraft was at the peak of its popularity, and the redstone thing, the redstone network stuff became a thing in Minecraft. I got really obsessed with programming with redstone network things. So yeah, logic gates. I very much enjoy playing with logic gates. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 and a half. 1, 2, 3. Let's make it a little bit longer at the bottom, but not too much. So let's just stick a little layer of half blocks across the bottom. That gives us another little bit of shape there. And then we need to slap that colour onto here. Now we can also check to see where we've got panels the wrong way around. Oh god, look at all of that. Those three right in the middle are the wrong way around. It is annoying. Nope, needed something behind it as well. Well done. Ooh, I painted loads of things behind it. Oh god. Painted loads of things randomly. Right, that's back to normal. Right, so that looks okay like that. And then the top of the head has got some yellow stripes across it as well, that seem to start about there, like that, except without that bit. Something like that. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Thrust Monkey, because you can set up turret controllers to do things when they are directly looking at a target. So I might have them like flap open and closed a bit when it's directly looking at something with the head controller. Right, so let's replicate that on the other side. Head panel hinge. What we'll call that for now. We will make it a nice round 500,000. That's all it really needs to be. Do need to think about angles before we try and replicate it on the other side. Oop. Let's call the lower limit 20. Yeah, and then the upper limits can be 40. Working the side flap hinges reminded me of the eyes on Johnny 5. Absolutely, mate. Oh, Short Circuit, that is a film I haven't watched in a very long time. But yeah, absolutely. It definitely gives me those vibes. Right, that'll do that. That's on 25. I think 25 is a good lower limit for that one. And you know what, we'll call it 45, and that way they're both moving 20 degrees at the same speeds. Yeah, that'll do. Right, cool. So we can copy that over here. Copy that over there. We do need to rename these differently though. That can be 01A. That can be 01B, and it can get turned off to make life easier. That can be head panel L02A. Copy all. That can be number 2, and we can turn that off so that we can still easily do that stuff. Oh, I forgot to set that up. Copy all. Copy, paste. B, switch off. Right, cool. Okay, so I'm going to copy that. That can be right. That's going to be right. Copy all. That gets to be B and switched off. Copy all. That gets to be B and switched off. And is that sun going down? That's annoying. There we go. Let's see what I'm doing again. Right, so let's do a bit more armor paneling. And then I'll try and get this thing walking about in a minute again. See how well it's going to work with all this extra weight we've added. And 2 of them. 1 of them. You know what, I won't bother changing colour, I'll just remember. Merge blocks. That one. That one. There we go. That's that. Armor panels. And more merge blocks. Right, so the one there, let's join that up. Fantastic. Right, so what exactly did we do on this side? We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from that front hinge. That is the wrong button. So we want to go 5. And that is 1, 2, 3, 4 high. Actually, let's get the yellow colour first. And we go 1, 2, 3. Right, they're the right way around. We're going to go 4 high. Yeah, that looks right. And we can go back to the super light grey colour. And from there, it's 2v1s. Yeah, that's the wrong button. That's the one. That's the one. How many did those come out? Oh, smag. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. I need to put the half blocks on there first, otherwise I'm going to get this all wrong. That needs to be a block further. There we go. That's the right starting point. Where's the next one? That one. That one. And it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ends on a little tip. 1, 2, 3. Let's get some more of them. Yeah, mirroring. Some of the blocks work really well with mirror modes, some of them do not. And then when you build stuff on subgrids, you can't use mirror mode. Really. Not much you can do about that. Right, so that should be that, and then we just need the triangular plate. Wherever it's hiding, there it is. It's the one. Right, something like that. Yes, there we go. We'll do that. So that was 3.5 deep. And just as long. Right. So 2 of them. Then that colour. 3 down there. 3 there. 3 there. 3 there. And then a half block. Is there. How far back did that go? That went all the way up to just before the hinge. So, that one. And then it was a couple of the slopes. Cool. Sweet. That looks a little bit more like it. A bit closer. Right, let's have a think about the big bobble on the top of it. Right. So that's pretty much going to get filled in anyway. Need to use more of that skin in a few places. We can probably start it. Yeah, let's stick it there for now. Right, spheres. Spheres and space engineers. Spheres are a tricky thing. Depending on how big you need to build them. Is it that really small enough that we could possibly get away with? Yeah, we could probably get away with doing it like that size, actually. It doesn't need to be huge. And that'll be round enough for this scale, I think. Can't really do much better. Yeah, black and like monotone colours is colour schemes is generally my thing too, Thrust Monkey. Mostly because I'm a massive goth, really, but also because I think they look quite good. But all the reference pictures I found for Metal Gear Zeke are this colour scheme. There's the mostly white, black details with little bits of yellow, so I'm just going off that reference picture, really. Right, that looks alright to me, but I think I might expand this little bit at the bottom so it doesn't look quite as stalky. Or we could just cut that out entirely and just sit that on top of there, because that looks a little bit too high to me. Nope, I don't want to pick it from there. I want to get it from there. Yeah, because I'm going to stick it there. That looks pretty good. And then the front of the little blob bit is yellow. But it does look like it might be a little bit small, actually. So I'll try something a little bit different. I'll leave them down there just in case. And we want to go back to that. Let's try something slightly bigger. Oop. When we do that, how would we want to make this sphere? Like that. Like that. We could. Have a look at our options. We could do something like that. Yeah, try that. No, actually, we would need to be another block wider for that to work. Do I use blast blocks much? Sometimes. Depends on what I'm trying to do. I do use them occasionally. Probably not as often as I should do. What that looks like it might be a slightly better scale. So I'll try this for a moment, see if this works any better. Yeah, I tend to use blast blocks mostly as like detail things later on, once I've got all the main kind of structure of something in place. They're more of a detail block to me. Oop. Bye bye. Let's grab it from there. Go, that'll do. Let's stick one of them there, one of them there, one of them. I need a few more over there. We'll make it circular that, or spherical that way. We go for the smaller one. Personally, I like that one a little bit better. Even if I do think this block here is still a bit too big and unnecessary. So I might still cut that out in a second. Let's finish the sphere first. So one of them there, And there. And there. There we go. And then it just needs loads of little pointy blocks. Where are they? There they are. There we go. Oh, no, missed one. And two. There we go. Right, yeah, I still think that is too high up, so let's get rid of that. And then let's just grab that from any angle as long as it wants to stop rolling. Paste that on there. Like that, and then we've got the big blobby bit on the front. So then we can just do that bit as the yellow bit. And according to my pictures, it has a little bit of a thing poking out of the side. Here. So do something like that for now, maybe. Get rid of that bit. That might be a bit too much. Actually, we'll leave it like that for now. Yeah, he's got like a little thing poking out of the top. He's also got some kind of antennae type business. About here. It's a few blocks high. And then got a black bit on the end of it. Yeah. Okay, let's turn that back on. That's on, that's on. Make sure that's doing all the things it needs to do. Let's give that a try. His AI's kicking in. There we go, he's not doing too bad. He needs to get a bit more grip in his feet, but we can resolve that with suspension blocks. What's that thrust monkey? Rotors for the necks. He's got a pair of rotors in his necks. Oh, in his neck. He's got one at the base here, so the whole thing can shift. And he's got another one tucked in there, so the head can move as well. But yeah, he's not doing too bad, staying upright. And following me, he needs a little bit more gyro so he can turn a bit faster. But yeah, he's not doing too bad. And you want to see the importance of this gyroscope having share inertia tensor on. There you go. Without that stabilizing gyroscope, yeah, you can see how the AI blocks struggle to control a grid in gravity without thrusters, because the AI blocks aren't meant for doing this. So that is why I build these reaction wheel override controllers, gyros, with share inertia tensor on, because that share inertia tensor spreads the override effect of these gyros across that subgrid and this entire main grid, and keeps it stable. Cool, so that works fairly well. He stays up fairly well. We just need a bit more purchase in the feet. Yeah, that's why you'll find a lot of my mechs have I don't know what I've done to my spectator mode there. It's why you'll find a lot of my mechs have got these reaction wheel type things in them. Depending on the design, I use them to make the whole thing turn, or I just use it for balance control. Yes, without the override gyros, it was all over the place. Again, it's because the AI blocks are designed for keeping a thruster-based drone in the air and all that kind of stuff. And without those thrusters for it to burn in different directions, it just topples over. But the override gyros make all the difference there. So let's put a few more gyroscopes in there, so it's got a little bit more control. So what's that? 3 rows of 5, 15 versus the whatever's on there. That should be fine. Let's try and work out some more detail on this head then. Let's try and figure out conveyor route. For the guns I want it to have, because I need to get bullets from this neck. Let's do 2 separate lines so it's got a little bit more. Hello, Lord Shadow. I am building Metal Gear Zeke. I've been working on Metal Gear Rex, and he works pretty well as a AI drone that can walk around and do his own thing. I've been experimenting with a new balance control system in him, and I thought I'd do something similar with Zeke, because he's got a very similar design, and I've been using Rex as a bit of a template. So you know what, I'm happy with that. That one's going in the bin. Right, well, I'll probably do about another hour or so of this stream, and then I will call it quits, because I will have been streaming for about 6 straight hours, probably more. But I've got this guy mostly operational now, so I'm quite happy to have achieved that in a single stream session. Right, what are we doing next? We are going to... Yes, Zeke from Peace Walker, that's the one. I picked him just because he was quite a similar design to Rex, but a little bit more streamlined, with a few differences here and there, but mostly the same overall kind of thing. Which has made it a little bit easier to throw them together. So, we want the bottom of his face to be that level, realistically. Or, actually, yeah. Let's just give them a little chin. They've all got slightly different variations on the design across all the reference pictures I've got. So, we'll just do something like that. Just to keep it simple. You know what, we might even add a little bit of greeble there. And then that can mostly... actually, that needs to be... like that. And that needs to be like that. What can we do here to make that a little bit nicer? We can do that. We can do that. Not that one. That one. What have we got here? We have got that shape. So we could do that. And we could do that. That's not too bad. What have we got going on here? Oh, damn. I need to use some of the weird shapes. Yeah, we'll do that. Makes that a bit cleaner. What's that? Lord Shadow. Oh, and hello, Marcus Retaken. I could probably teach you how to operate a forklift truck. I'm certified now. I just need to actually register my certification now. But technically I can. Right, so that can be that, that can be that. That can be the bottom of his face. Now, where do we want to punch some holes for these guns he's got? Tucked under his chin. They are... That actually comes back at a much steeper angle, but I haven't got the blocks to do it, so it doesn't matter. They are about here from the look of it. Either side. Or at least that's where they seem to start. And if we punch some holes there, and if we stick a pair of sorters, they can draw ammo for us, and they can also act as a little bit of ammunition storage. And we'll have a couple of... a little bit too close. Of advanced rotors facing forward. Yeah, we'll do it like that. And then we'll have a hinge on the end of either of them, but that is going to be black or dark grey or whatever colour it was that I chose. Go, do that. And then that is going to have a little bit of a circle of armour around it. Ooh, you know what? I might even drop another skin into it for that colour, because I like to try and have a minimal amount of colours and then use the different skins as different kinds of textures here and there, rather than having 20 different colours. So that could be that, and that could be that. I think I'm going to make these guns under here out of auto cannons, and then have the little one that's supposed to be tucked down here and make that out of a Gatling gun, so we can get a range. Ooh, hello Tam S. Evening, mate. First time catching a stream. Hope we're all good. Yeah, we all seem to be pretty good this evening. It's all been pretty chill. I'm just building a big, stupid robot design. So, guns. Guns mounted to his face. I want to get a couple of autocannons in there, but they're not quite long enough to do the things that I want to do, so let's have a look at the shape of it. Want to do something like how do I want to do this? I need to have enough of a space underneath the autocannon to get ammunition into it, because for some painful reason small grid weapons don't have an ammo port on the back of them, or at least the autocannons don't, and the Gatlings don't, so you have to come up with creative ways to get to that back-in ammo port. So what we're going to do is something like that instead. But these things are quite long, and I want the muzzle flash of the gun to be near the end of the barrel. So we will put in we will put in another one of them. We'll put that there. We will attach the autocannons here, like so. We'll have a pair of them. And then we can also tuck, where is it? There we go. We can also tuck some cargo containers for the ammunition in there, which will be getting fed by the sorter that's in there, and it'll just pump all of this full of ammunition. And then we should have enough room to get a camera on top of that. And then wrap this thing in armor panels to keep the size down. And a bit more trim. So they poke out a little bit, but not too much. So something like that, I think. Maybe. We'll try it for now. Yeah, well, the reference picture I've got, they're quite deep. Like, the barrel on it looks like you can get at least 2 guns in there, so why not? Right, before I go too mad, let's copy this side before I forget what I've done and end up having to put this thing open on the other side to copy it over. So we'll go with that 1, 2. And then it was corner, T, corner. So T in the no, corner, T, corner. Corner, T, corner, and then a pair of autocannons, and then some storage for the ammunition. Camera to aim with. Yeah, cool. Right. That looks pretty good. So we can stick some mirror mode on there to make our lives easier. We can wrap that up like so. Do the same over here. Which way around is it? That way. Connect that to the top of that. What other shapes have we got going on over here? There's supposed to be a red light on the top, and that's supposed to be a bit further back. But meh. I will just adapt the design a little bit. So we also need to cover the sides of them up. And then we might need some of these. That's not really. What's that, Chad P? Load the power loader. What about it? The operating in one of the earlier movies. Oh yeah, it definitely would be an interesting design. I'm sure some people have attempted it before. The only reason I haven't done it is because I can't make it small enough to look good in scale with the player character. The smallest blocks are just still a little bit too big, which is really, really frustrating. Let's do that, and then have a bunch of them like that. Then we have... yeah, you know what? We might just do it like that. And then have these blocks here with that skin on them. poking through a little bit. And then we could have... where is it? Something like that either side there. Stick that there. That can be like that. And then I usually end up sticking a light on the end of all of my custom turrets, which I usually tie into the on and off controls so that I know the weapon is active. So that can be it's not Gatling, it's auto cannon 001 active light. There we go, we'll make that red. We'll make that lowest radius possible. Copy all. And we do the same thing over there. Right, what other detail can we get on the front of this barrel? We could... yeah, that's something we could do. We could extend it out a little bit further. Let's grab... where are they? There we go. Extend the barrel a little bit further, like that, on either side. And then we can stick some of these in there to add a few more connection points to hold it all together a little bit better. Yeah, there we go. That looks too bad compared to the reference picture. It's not too far off. So, we need to name some stuff. So, cannon rotor. And we need to do some settings, really. So, bare minimum. And for now, we'll just make them minus 15. Oh, and 15. That can probably do with being at a full extension, so it's not going to scrub. And yeah, we'll tweak some of those angle settings in a little bit. So, copy all. And the hinge, share inertia tensor on to stop it flapping about. Yep. Bum 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 bum. 10 and 10 for now, maybe. Do I use any renaming mods? People keep suggesting them to me. I keep saying that sounds like a cool idea, and then I keep forgetting about them. So, I will do if I ever remember. Alright, copy all. Copy, paste. I didn't name the bloody thing properly. Auto cannon hinge L01. There we go. R01. Auto cannon. Hang on. All copy paste. Yeah. Right, so that's that light, that's that. Let's call that L01 and L02. R01 and R02, and somewhere in there are some cargo containers. There we are. Also cannon ammo container R0. That'd be 2 actually. That's going to be second in the list. That one would actually be 1. So cannon ammo sorter. What else do we need to rename these two? L01 and L02. Right. Okay, that's not looking too bad. But light panels on the inside of the head flaps show low level. Ooh. We could do light panels on the inside. We've got the connection point facing the right way around, so that's entirely possible. I might do that next time. Because I'm probably going to wrap this up in about half an hour or so, but I might come back tomorrow afternoon to do a little bit more of it. But yeah, if I do, I'll put up a post on my YouTube channel about it and let you all know beforehand. So what do we do here? I need to fill this little gap in. This little gap is actually an actual gap. I don't need that there. And that would do with being something like that. Oop. Let's get that angle better. There we go. Or, actually, we could do that. Yeah, I like that better. let's fill that in so we can't see through there. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. He's got the weird blob on the top of his head. We can probably fill this gap in as well now. And a little bit more of that. Yeah, I can't really quite get the right proportions of that, can I? So let's just do some more of that in the middle. Why have I left the gap in front of that? Oh, in fact, we need to reshape that a little bit. Do something like that. 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 And then we can have... Oh, this is going to be a tight squeeze. That. And... that can go in that way around. And that can go in that way around. Yeah, I can do something like that, I suppose. And then we could potentially, at the back, have it something like that. Ooh, that's a point. Need to do something with this. Neck rotor in the middle. Let's give you 10 million. And you can move, for now, 15 degrees in either direction. A little bit wobbly. That's probably because there's no shear inertia tensor further up the chain. Nope, there we go. And that will be, what, that 10 million as well. Thrust monkey, hey, you'll have to go back and see how I did the warp cycle and timing and whatnot. Yeah, feel free to, man. This stream will be available on my streams page. I'll probably add it to the... I'll probably just make a separate playlist for it as well, because I intend to come back to this design. So it'll be on my channel for anyone to come back to as and when they want. I'm going to do 15 degrees either side there. Actually, probably get it to do a little bit more. But we'll leave it at that for now. Now that's got a shear inertia tensor on it, that should be, yeah, considerably more stable. There you go, that's not wobbling. That is the importance of shear inertia tensor when you're playing with subgrids. There we go. You don't need it on the first one on the chain that's attached to the main grid. That'll actually be quite problematic. But for all the subsequent ones, it really does help. It helps spread all of those physics calculations across those grids. It makes life a little bit easier and things slightly less flappy. Right, let's fill in a bit more of this neck. And let's take some of the edges off a little bit. Do that all the way across the back. We could do a little bit of greebling, extend that out a bit. And we could do the same thing down here. Oh, that's a completely different angle though, isn't it? That one up going all the way out like that. Actually, let's have a look, see what that's like. Is it going to be too much? Or actually, cut that back. And start it from there. Get rid of the mirror mode. Actually, that's not too bad. Don't mind that. Yeah, actually, I quite like that. But let's grab that paint colour for it. Or that skin, rather. Get in there. Oop. Yeah, put it somewhere. Yeah, pretty good. We do the same thing there. Add a little bit of greeble. Because why not? Yeah, that's a good starting point for some greebling. And we've got his pod at the back. Feet. Feet are always problematic. Blocks can smash themselves to pieces. Wheel suspensions can be a bit weird sometimes. We'll have a quick try of some of these suspension blocks before I call it quits for the evening. What way around is that? I'll do it the other way. We've already got mirror mode on. So we put one at the front and back of each foot. Like so. Is there anything I need to do to them? Yes, there is. So, those suspension blocks. Let's take out all the power because they don't need to drive. We'll put in all of the steering angle. They don't need any of that. They are at their outermost points. We'll give them 50% strength for now. And we'll see how it handles walking around on them. And we can adapt the design from there. Do AI blocks on. Now we are reacting with the suspension feet. So you're not quite as stable as you were before. But the guns might not also help very much. This is the problem with suspension blocks. They grip the voxels better, but they're very, very bouncy and springy. Which can be a bit problematic. So if we make them as tough as they'll go. So they're not flexing as much. There we go, he's bouncing less now. But yeah, they're still quite bouncy. So it's always a bit of a toss-up where between whether you want them to have grip to get up inclines and things and be a bit springy, or have a more stable walk cycle like Rex does, because he's got armor block feet that don't have the same amount of spring as the wheel blocks do, but they don't have the same kind of grip that the suspension blocks do. So he's not doing too bad. Once he's got a bit more mass in him, he'll probably be less springy. Well, he'll bounce a little less. So we could also, because these feet are pretty flat all round, according to the designs I've got, they are pretty flat. We want to go -1. So I think I might actually put these feet off and build them into the foot panels a bit. Let's have a closer look at the foot panels. Typical. What's the problem with anime designs? They make them look cool, but they don't make them look practical. Those feet are tiny and would never support this thing. So I think I've been a bit generous in the size I've made them. And I think I will be a little bit more generous and make them another block wider, just to make just to give them a larger footprint and make them a little bit more stable. Probably doesn't help that the feet aren't equal distance, and the back of them need to be longer, or the front of them needs to be shorter. Let's make the back of them longer. It does not help at all, because it's 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks there. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, idiot. Those ones, those are my rotor suspension mods. I don't want them right now. I'm trying to make this vanilla friendly as possible. I'm trying to do it without having to use mods for the feet. Right, so we can tip them back like that. That one needs to be the other way around. Probably stick a few more on the sides as well to get a bit more traction. That wants to be -1. Oh, hello someone. What if I instead decrease the stiffness of the suspensions? They could dampen the collision between the two. Yeah, it's a fine line. I'll give that a try. Yeah, there's a fine line between enough power in the enough strength in the suspensions to prevent damage, and not making them just super springy. But also at the same time, if they're not tough enough, they just flap about when the feet are trying to move across the floor, and that causes its own set of problems. Feet are a tricky business with mechs. Right, okay, let's do that idea first. Let's do the suspension blocks, and let's make the power 20, the strength 25. Oh, and also, before we go much further, where can I put it for now? You know what, for now, until I think of a better idea, I'm going to stick a little row of reactors in there, for a bit of power. And then we need to kind of think a little bit about how we're actually going to get ammunition and stuff into it. So if I put one of those there like that, and get into a spectate mode. What have I done to spectate mode? It's all weird. Just a strange button. That's plenty of clearance there. Let's take that off so I can see what the heck I'm doing. We'll stick that like that. We'll take that out of there, stick in a T-block, and then stick in a corner block. Right, we have a way of getting ammunition and stuff in there. Have I got anything to give it yet? No. But let's put some uranium in there. There we go. That is feeding into the reactors. Fantastic. It has some better power. Right, we'll give this a go, and then I'm probably going to wrap this stream up in a few minutes. Get rid of that. Let's turn on the AI controls. There we go, sprung to life. Oop. Well, that's not too bad. A little bit springy, but he's at least making a decent pace now. What's he doing? He's getting up to like 7 meters a second. We could still refine that walk cycle a little bit more. But yeah, that's not too bad. We do with putting a few more suspensions on the feet, so they're a little bit more protected. Or I might actually end up trying, I could end up trying a combination of my rotor suspension mods, so I can put blocks on and regular suspensions for a bit of protection and a bit of grip, but yeah, he's not doing too badly. And then we can turn reps on as well. Someone, yes, it sort of, it does and doesn't at the same time. It definitely decreases the rigidity and does act as shock absorption. But look, he's well bigger than Rex. He stands a little bit taller. Then again, that's because of the leg design. Could possibly actually take a few blocks out of those legs and make them a little bit shorter. But yeah, they're both following me. Getting each other's way, because they haven't got any sort of collision detection built into them yet. But yeah, like I was saying, the suspension blocks definitely do act as shock absorption if you lower the them, but it also makes them less stable for the feet to walk on, so I'm not quite sure what the answer is. Somehow spreading the downforce, and my internet connection has died again. Fantastic. Oh, has died again. Fantastic. Oh, is it back? Doing something. Right, I am probably going to leave this one here then. Because I've been going for about 6 hours now. What's that, thrust monkey? Dedicated mech feet, Kitsu Web. I'm not really too fussed about dedicated mech stuff. I enjoy the challenge of working around stuff. What I'd like, preferably, is I would like the friction, hopefully, on suspension in Space Engineers 2 to work slightly differently and actually have like a proper drag effect, rather than the way it works in SE1, which is too complicated to go into now. But yeah, I would just prefer better suspension friction, because then I could make better use of the feet, and just for them to be generally less springy and bouncy. But yeah, I can rant about that all day long. And what's that? Someone, along with the points I've made about the downsides of it, pretty sure that the increased travel would potentially damage the feet too. Yeah, you can see the problem on about here. Because of the lower strength, they slide about side to side quite a lot, which means this part of the foot gets closer and closer to the floor and can contact and get smashed to pieces. It could probably be resolved using bigger wheels or more of them in other places around the foot. But I'll experiment with that kind of stuff next time. I am going to pretty much wrap this up here and go to bed, because it's about 2:30 in the morning where I am. But yeah, cheers Chad P. But yeah, I'm happy that I managed to get this thing working to the state that it is in a couple of hours. But yeah, I will leave this one here, and he's probably going to step on me, so I'll see you all next time. Thank you for watching, and thank you for chatting along and all of that stuff, and yeah, cheers guys, goodbye for now. So I'll see you all again soon. See you next time, maybe tomorrow afternoon. I'll make a post about it. So, see you later guys.